Alright, we're live. Do not got my mic on because my room is a mess right now. So I gotta check something really quick. Damn it, fuck. Destiny said that they were gonna go to King's Dominion on the 24th. Normally got Saturdays off, but this is the one Saturday that I can't. They gave me work next to Saturdays. I go and text real quick. Alright. Let me make sure I'm live really quick. Alright, I think we're good. Why does my mic sound like that though? Hold on, do I have the right setting on? Yeah, my mic is. Oh no, it's going through my USB camera, not my headset. That's not gonna. I don't want it to be like that because, I mean, while it does work, my USB camera is like far as hell. I'm gonna have to like refresh the page probably. All right, well that didn't work at all. And I thought it was because at first that like the camera was on, but I just double checked and it seems like you guys can hear me fine. So, it was good chat. We gotta talk about Corey and Until Dawn, bro. I sold. All right, listen, bro. First of all, when it came to Until Dawn, that was my first time playing Until Dawn. I did play the original version, and I kept everyone alive in that one. Second thing, I looked it up because I don't understand why. Because I was confused because Matt had the fire the flare gun in my first walkthrough, but he didn't take it with this one, and he shot it, and I was confused, and so I looked it up, and apparently he is actually the hardest character to keep alive. Um, and I guess it's based on your relationship with Emily. Now I'm gonna keep it a buck. I like I said in that one chat, Emily or Ashley are the two worst characters in the game. Um, but so I mean I was just acting the complete dick to Emily my entire first walkthrough. Every time I played with Matt, so I think that's why he probably took the flare gun. I think you have to disagree because that notion did pop up. Like if he was too agreeable with her plan, um, I guess that's how he ends up dying. And I was like on edge because I'm like because if you keep Matt alive, he ends up fighting Jessica and he helps keep her alive. And I'm like, shit. Well, like, am I gonna be able to like do this without him? And yeah, I was able to. Um, yeah, that kind of pissed me off, but eh, what can you do? Now, I thought that since Matt was dead and I couldn't get the trophy of to keep everyone alive, I was gonna kill everybody off. But I think at least Chris needs to get left outside by Ashley if he chose to shoot her instead of shooting if you made him choose to shoot Ash instead of himself because when during like the quick time events at the end because I did replay the final chapter um which I guess now I think about it I don't think that could have worked because oh no I replayed the last chapter and I made sure Josh didn't recognize Hannah so he would die uh, and I was replaying like the last bit of the quick time events but it didn't work because Chris was able to walk out the door even if you failed the first quick time event so yeah um or I guess like to play it safe you would have to have Ashley leave Chris outside um make Mike shoot Emily and have Ashley open the trap door, which is why I actually had Ashley open the trap door anyway. I did it on purpose because I didn't do that the last one. So I'm like, well, you know, Matt's already dead, so I can't get that trophy. So I might as well get the trap door trophy, and I did. Now, in the terms of the Corey, um, I'm not gonna lie, I still low-key hate that game, and there were so many times that I paused it and walked away to do other stuff because I couldn't just take the amount of like stupidity and just absolute garbage writing that's in the game. And mind you, the Quarry was the first like of those like story based horror games I ever played. Now that I play like the Dark Pictures and Until Dawn, it makes it seem worse in comparison. Even like graphics wise, like the way that like the I don't know if it was like the mocap. Oh, something went wrong with like the facial expressions. Um, the werewolves they don't even really look werewolves. I said that before when I played with Dylan. They look like distant cousins of the Wendigo from Until Dawn. You know. Um, but so and there were just many times I was just on my phone and I'm just not paying attention. So that's how I missed the quick time event for Laura killing Nick. My intention was to keep everybody alive this time because Dylan sold at the end. Um, Now the bit with Max, I completely forgot. Um, what we did. I had to look back. Um, so I look back, and my reasoning for keeping Max on the island was that which to be fair was 2 years ago. Nah, Dylan, there's a body down there, and knowing Max, dumbass, he's gonna like get caught in that shit. So just stay on the island. Now I'm replaying the game. So boom, check it. Chris Hackett is dead, and so is all the other werewolves that his lineage of werewolves that got infected. So by that notion, there's only one werewolf left, and we come to find out that's Caleb. You mean to tell me that Caleb just happens to be at the boathouse when Max comes back from the island when there's like 12 other fucking locations in the camp? Fuck out of here, dude. That shit really pissed me off. Because I could see if it was like more than one. And more importantly, the game doesn't even really tell you which werewolf is which. Um, so it will be nice to have like a distinction between all the werewolves, like how in Until Dawn, you know, all the Wendigos basically look the same. Some of them look, older, more withered. But the Wendigo that's really important is Hannah, and you can tell her apart from the other Wendigos because of the tattoo that she has. Um, so I don't know. That shit pissed me off, but um, I'll admit to selling. I'll give Dylan an apology for that. Um, at least my sells were just choice based. Like this dude was just selling in gameplay, and that's how he got Dylan and Caitlyn killed. Um, and I was on edge, and I was locked in after I got Dylan. I was able to save Dylan, end game Dylan, from the scrapyard because like this was like new uncharted territory. I didn't know what was gonna happen next. But that shit with Max, like that shit with Max legit pissed me off. Um, yeah, and going back and replaying this game, it just like I said after playing all the other ones, like it just makes this game seem worse. Like, and I feel like this game probably had like I think it could have had like the best possible storyline because it's werewolves, so it's like how like that classic look and feel to it, but it's just ruined by just like how stupid the characters act, except for the goat Travis. Even the ending, which I didn't even catch on to, like Travis, he says that he knows where Silas the Wolf Boy is. Um, which I didn't even know this, by the way. I didn't forgot about this. I didn't know that Dylan sold at the very very end of the game, and Silas lived. And because I went for the wheel, he went for the gun, and he missed. He missed one of his button prompts. Although to be fair, you don't hold circle, and then the left button, like the control, like the left stick, you actually hold just the stick. Um, but yeah, there was actually like two quick time events I think I missed though, and I did replay the game to get one of them. It was because it was a trophy if Ryan takes that highest route, not the fastest route to Nick when he gets injured. But you have to hit all the prompts because I was able to do that, but you have to hit all the prompts correctly, and I missed like one of the prompts. But anyways, as I was saying, Travis says that he knows where Silas is, and then he goes back to the Harem Scarum fair that's burned down, and Silas is chilling in his nest. And I'm like, well, this is fucking stupid. You mean to tell me that you've been hunting this mofo for, I think he said for 6 years, and he never thought to check there until the end of this game? Come on, bro. Um, yeah. So I don't know. I do not know, but yeah. It's just like this game is just it's trash. I don't know what to say. And it was crazy. Um, I was looking through the website to see what other games they made, which they made a lot. Even outside like the horror, they made like a ton of VR shits too. But I completely forgot that, like, Man of Medan, Little Hope, House of Ashes, and Devil in Me, like those all launched like within like a year. They made up, I think Man of Medan was 2019, Little Hope 2021, House of Ashes 2021, and Devil in Me and um, The Quarry both launched in 2022. So it's low-key kind of crazy that they're making us wait 3 years for the next game. But maybe they didn't work on just the next game, and maybe they worked on the other ones, and we're gonna be, or like a lot of the other ones, we're gonna be getting those. We'll get like the next one like 2026 and 27, 28. Uh, I don't know, but we'll see. Um, but yeah, no, this game is clearly like the worst. After replaying this, I could say with full confidence I would rather play the Devil in Me than to play the Quarry. Um, because it has the same problem, like where like none of the characters are likable, but like everyone in the Quarry is just so fucking stupid. Um, there's like maybe one scene where they would like communicate with each other. That's why I literally had to clip it. I think that's how I fucked up one of the streams. Um, because Ryan clearly saw the werewolf outside the Radio Shack. Dylan opens the door, sees it. He's like, "Why didn't you tell me there was something out there?" And then the options were, I forgot, but I know what the options was. Fuck you. Like, like I said, I don't understand why they don't communicate well with each other. Like, I think like the best scene is probably when Jacob like is gets back after Bobby, frees him from the trap, and he gets that blood, the blood sprouts spill on him to like cover his scent. Um, but other than that, they don't communicate well with each other. Like until Dawn, it was dope because like depending on if what clues you found would depend on whether or not what Mike would share to the group at that one scene, and then to Sam near the end of the game. And same thing with Josh. If you find like Hannah's diary, um, Sam tells Josh that Hannah is a Wendigo, and that's how Josh recognizes her. Um, but it is what it is. I got the trophy. I got some of the trophies, so it doesn't matter. Um, yeah, it is what it is. When's the next time the squad is gonna play? The 21st probably. That's gonna be with Kage. Um, we were supposed to. I mean, I'm not gonna get too much into it because it's personal stuff, but we did kind of get into it last night. And when I say we, I mostly mean me and Ethan and I. Uh, Dylan's non-confrontational like that. Um, but I'm sure it'll be okay. Um, part of it stems back from when Dylan left his fucking A Way Out stream on, and Dylan and I were talking about what was going on. It kind of stems to that towards other things. Um, I think at times, it's not necessarily like a bad thing in this case. I'm kind of envious of that too. I think there are times where Ethan can be just like a little bit immature. Um, I can be envious of that. I won't lie. It can get like a little annoying sometimes, but it is what it is. Um, everyone's got like qualities in themselves that people are not gonna like. It just is what it is. I don't think that doesn't mean that I don't think he's a bad person by any means. Um, but I feel like at times he can be immature, and more often than not, he can be hypocritical as well sometimes. Um, but it is what it is. I was off. Like I said, I was off today, yesterday, and Thursday. Um, and I think besides that, I was off last Saturday and Monday. But I didn't say to do anything Sunday night because I had to get up early Monday because I had plans on Monday. But I was off next three last past 3 nights. Um, and not last night, but the night before, I had asked. I said, are we playing anything tonight? Instead of saying yes or no, communicated properly. Ethan made like a smart ass comment. or a joke, whichever one. Dylan says nothing. Um, so it was just one of those nights. But basically, I asked if we were to play anything. Last night I said, or not last night, today, this morning, because I'm free. My mom and my sister are out running an errand. That's how I'm able to do this. Because last night I wanted to play Mafia, which I'm really enjoying, and we're gonna get into that part of the update. Um, but Ethan said that he's busy, and Dylan said he has work at 11, so I'm like, that's cool. Um, I did my part and I communicated properly, and I'm like, well, listen, I work, Sunday, I work tomorrow, I work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, so I'm not gonna be free at all those days or like the nights previous because they're all early morning shifts. If I got like the latest I'll stay up is if I'll stay up and play a game if the earliest my shift is gonna be like 10:30 or something, or like 9:30 on the weekend, because I get up and I put my sister on the bus, and then I come back and then I fall asleep if I have like a 9:30 shift just about. But typically my shifts start at 7:30, 8:30, or 9:30. Um, and Ethan made like a kind of like a sideward, like a sideways, like a sideways comment. So best not to play anything until the 21st dead. He was like, which is cool. I mean, I'm like, if it was cool, that you shouldn't have said anything like that. It's always crazy, like how I think it's like a black people thing, because my mom will do the same thing, just making just smart sideways comments for no reason. But I'm like, well, I mean, I was off for like the last 3 days, and I asked to play something, last night, which this conversation took place last night. But I'm like, you were being, dry as hell, and Dylan didn't say nothing, so. But it is what it is. I mean, we got Kage coming to play games with us on the 21st. Uh, Eric, who you guys know him as Rooster, he says that he has a PlayStation 5 now. He only plays on Saturdays though. And Kaylee also wants to get back and play games with us. But shout out to her, she just graduated from college. And so I made it known, if we're gonna start gaming with more people, then there needs to be better communication, and people need to get better at keeping their word, and hopping on, not like right when they say they're gonna hop on, but relatively around that time, and not go on any side quests, Dylan. But because he calls me out, how I'll be like waiting around and then I'll just hop off, and I'm like, well, yeah, because you know I'm working all day, then I come home, I do cardio, I do strength training, make dinner, do a whole bunch of other stuff, and then I do like a few chores here and there. Like, yeah, bruh. And they I don't know if it's both of them, or if it's just Ethan, but it seems like whenever I say I'm off the next day, that means that I'm going to like fucking stay up all night. Like, no, like this past week I worked 6 days in a row. I worked uh before I had this last Saturday off, I worked Sunday all the way until that Friday. All early morning shifts, mind you. Sunday I was 8:30. Monday through Thursday I was 7:30, and then Friday I was 8:30. I'm like, yeah. So just because I'm free the next day doesn't mean that I want to fucking stay up to like. I don't mind staying up if we start playing something like 11 o'clock, and then like we get off at like 1 or 2 or like 3 in the morning. That's fine. But like I don't want to like stay up till 1 and then we only play for like an hour and a half, or we play for like a normal amount and then I'm like up late. But there was some other stuff that I'm not gonna get into that, but I don't know. So we'll see basically. We'll see. Like I said, I got like a whole bunch of other stuff going on in life. Gaming for me has taken a backseat. Same with streaming, same with making videos. That's why I'm not as consistent as I am before. And it's gonna get worse. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I am about to go full time very soon. Um, and like I got other stuff to do. Now I've touched my PlayStation the past week, and when I do game, I prefer to play solo games. You know, that's just me. I don't mind playing party games. You know, I don't mind gaming with them, but it's not necessarily like a necessity to me when. And I think maybe the same with Dylan because I don't really think Dylan cares that much for it either. But Ethan, he wants to play like have us play games like 3 days out the week, which isn't too much. But and that conversation stemmed from the fact that I'm like, why are we like adding so many games into the rotation when we have like a whole bunch of unfinished games? And number two, um, not number two. For example, like Split Fiction, which pissed me off looking kind of playing with them because it took us like a month and a half or 2 months just to finish it. I'm like, why is it taking us this long to like just finish this game? Um, but he explained his reasoning, and I can understand that, but I don't know. It's gonna be kind of like a challenge playing like the next Dark Pictures game. Loki, it depends on if we're able to play it. If he can promise to play consistently. It's like a story based game. Like it's like watching a movie, watching like the first like 30 minutes of a movie, and then you're like watching like 10 minutes of it like as like the weeks go by. Um, but I guess everything's is still chill. I haven't opened up my phone and checked any of my texts uh in the morning. Um, 'cause I try to spend less time on my phone for real. But yeah, so 21st is a maybe. Depends on really depends on Ethan or Dylan. Um, so we'll see. But in regards to what I said earlier about Mafia, I am actually digging that game. I even looked at like how it looked back in the day, like the original, and like that's how you do a freaking remaster right there, bro. That is how you do a remaster. But not like that fucking like uh the Grand Theft trilogy remaster that Rockstar did all those years ago. Like, that shit was ass. But yeah, I'm really digging Mafia. I've heard good things about Mafia 2 and Mafia 3. So I'm actually gonna be doing like a long stream today playing Mafia. Probably for like the whole day. I'm actually really itching, hoping to finish it because I heard that. Well, I looked it up because I'm like I would think that I would have like a side mission pop up by now. And apparently, like these games don't have side missions. The first and the second one don't. And this is because like they want to make it more like a linear narrative. And I'm like, I'm not hating, I get it, but it's like it's kind of crazy that you make like this big ass open world and and there's no like side content. Um, but yeah, although I'm not gonna lie, it was because I was getting like mad tired last night too. That last mission, the Sinner and Saint mission, this was pissing me off, bro. Oh my god, like the church fight was crazy. That rooftop joint was also crazy. Sam wouldn't get into the freaking hearse, and that was like the slowest getaway vehicle I've ever had in any like of like those like open world games. It was crazy, but I'm fucking with it a lot. I like the storyline. I like the characters. The gameplay is solid, and I'm having like a great time with it. So if I do enjoy 2 and 3, I'm gonna pre-order the next Mafia game, and August 8th, day one, bro, day one, you gotta be there. Because I bought the Mafia games a while ago because the Definitive Edition trilogy was on sale. I think it was like $14. And I'd never played any of the Mafia games before, and I mean it was remastered. So but that like I said, this is a really good remaster. I was expecting it to be like some sort of port or something, but no, that's a crazy looking remaster right there. But nah, I'm really digging it, bro. And no, I will not plug in the Goofy Beats song, so don't even ask me. Um, but yeah, so here's the plan that I have for the next couple of months. So I did take the 6th of June off to cover Summer Game Fest that evening. The reason why I took the whole day off is because I know that if I work there, I would probably have to stay back. Um, and I'm always scheduled like 8:30 to 5 anyway. Sometimes 9:30 to 6, or 10 to 6:30. Um, but um, yeah, but the event starts like right at 5, so I know if even if I were to work like a 6-hour day, um, that shift they would they wouldn't let that slide. So, or they will let it slide in terms of me like, well, I mean they can't like make me stay back, but I know that I'll probably feel guilty and stay back. But that's just that's just the kind of coworker I am. Plus, it's more money, more hours on my belt, which means more money. But yeah, no, I went ahead and took the whole day off. That's why I'm surprised I had yesterday off, but they had 7 people there, so it is what it is. I am working next Friday though, but yeah, so June 6th, I took that off. We're gonna cover Summer Game Fest. Today we're gonna play Mafia, maybe finish it. Because I looked at like the list of missions like in the trophy, and there's like I got like 14, maybe 13, maybe 12 left. The game's only like 6 hours long. And then I'll pick up. I can if I'll either start Mafia 2 today or on Thursday. Um, but yeah, and I think and Mafia 3 will just start whenever we finish Mafia 2. Um, so that should lead into June just about. Um, I'm gonna have to like get a look at the list of the games real quick. There was some stuff I wanted to buy that was on sale, but I decided not to. Um, yeah, and like September, I still want to do um Ghost of Yotei, Ghost of Tsushima. I mean, as a road to Ghost of Yotei series. Although Ghost of Tsushima is long as hell, so I'm probably gonna start that start that up like late August. But August, I'm probably gonna get Mafia, the new one. Um, Let me just see some real quick. Yeah, there's something else I wanted to play too. Uh, oh no, that's right. I forgot. I wanted to play Max Payne, but the controls, I couldn't get into that. I was playing the tutorial. All right. What's on sale actually? I did want to play Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. It was a like Hazelight made the original, but yeah, I think I might look to play that because Hazelight made the original, but a new company made a remaster. But people said that the remaster was kind of bad, but I kind of want to give it a shot. Um, I think that was probably like the only shit that was on sale that I wanted. It's not Bully's on sale. Oh, but it's included GTA Plus, so maybe we'll play Bully. Well, no, I already played Bully. I played on the old channel. Never mind. Well, I got Little Nightmares 1 and 2. That's also made by the people who did those games. I don't know, like I've seen some gameplay of it. I mean, I like the aesthetic of it, but it's just like a really like a 2D scroller platformer, and those aren't like really like my go-tos. No, I've never played Mad Max before. That's on sale for $5. Maybe I'll look into that. All right, yeah, I'm just like looking through there. I forgot I already looked through all these. Yep. So I think we'll just do the Mafia games. I'm probably gonna take a break from streaming because I did get Late Shift. It's like an interactive movie game, but it's set in like real life. So, but I'm probably gonna play that off stream. Um, Man, I keep saying like I really do want to pick up Red Dead 2 again, but the game's just long as hell. So I don't know. Um, yeah, that's the crazy part. Like, I mean, I did go through and I did finish like a lot of games that I had in my backlog. Um, did I finish Life is Strange 1? Okay, yeah, I did. Did I finish True Colors? I think I did finish True Colors. Yeah, I did. Um, Damn, dude. Yeah, we'll just do Mafia and see where we go from there. But that's 3 games right there. So, you know, that should take us some time. So there's even like DLC in Mafia 3. What about Mafia 2? Is DLC? No. Okay. All right. So yeah. So all 3 Mafia games should lead until like June. Um, for sure. Maybe July at the earliest. Depends on when we play games with um the other guys. Issue is like with Kaylee. Kaylee, she doesn't have her PlayStation anymore. She has a PC though, so we'll have to like look up some games to do with that. But the I think the what you call it, the rotation we decided on with Kage, the first one would be Gang Beasts, Speedrunners, Party Animals, and something else. I don't know. But we were looking on doing like a Baldur's Gate series with Kage as well, and then we would also be doing the racing tournament in August. So if we do stick to that plan, then after I do Mafia, I'm probably not gonna play or stream anything else besides the old country on August 8th. And let me actually just see like the calendar for that really quick. Um, August 2025 calendar. Actually, I should probably wishlist that bit really quick. Because they said the 6th or the 8th. Oh, it's only like $50 too. That's dope. Oh, well, the 8th. Okay. Um, Friday and Saturday. It's Sunday. Um, yeah, I might take that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. No, maybe just Friday and Saturday. Yeah, because I'll just take a nap that Thursday. Um, yeah, I'm gonna take just that Friday and Saturday off. And I did the same with Ghost of Yotze, I think I just took off that Friday and Saturday, or that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I forgot when it drops. Actually, I can just do it really quick. Let me wishlist that really quick though. Uh, yeah, October 2nd. Um, I could look. I should check my app to see when I took those requested those days off, but that way I can let you guys know. October 2nd. Yeah, that falls on a Thursday, so I think I took that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday off. Um, yeah, and that should be enough. But yeah, so that's gonna be the update for now. Um, yep. Okay. So from here until June, we'll do Mafia, the 3 Mafia games, um, and then do all the games with the squad, and then up until August, then we'll do Mafia, Old Country, and then we'll probably play some more games before Kage goes back. Kage and Dylan, they both go back to school. Um, but yeah, I did take my birthday off, but that's because last year I worked on my birthday and everybody in the store saying happy birthday to me, and that shit was mad embarrassing. So I legit took the day off just because of that. Um, so yeah, but I think that's it. And I think with the rotation we were gonna do, I think we said Gang Beasts, Speedrunners, Party Animals, and Helldivers Stew, and then which I guess we can also do Uno, and then we were gonna do Baldur's Gate, and then whatever other games we had. I guess we could do Ghost of Tsushima if Kage would be down for that. Um, You'll just have to like hop between everyone's accounts and download which games. Maybe Phasmophobia too. We'll see, bro. We'll see. But appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm gonna throw in. Well, I'm gonna use the restroom. Then I'm gonna throw in some food for lunch really quick. Um, and yeah, then we'll just continue some more Mafia. But I appreciate y'all pulling up. I hope to see you guys in the Mafia stream. If not, you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care, stay safe. Peace out.